Mk7 GLI bumper removal. See if I can throw a trailer hitch on this thing for a bike rack. So you can see I got it on the ramps. T25. Hopefully I don't have to pull the wheel off, but make sure that's the right size. Yep. So I'm going to take all I can get off the bottom and fender well at least up to there. So I get under here, took one of those out there, go to take this out. Of course it's a different size, so T15, because there's the bracket. We'll pull a couple of those there, and over there. This is a GLI. I don't know if a regular is different or the GLI special, but when you get underneath your car, you'll tell. I didn't feel like pulling this wheel or finding a jack, or this is all I got, so it fits right in there good, so then it'll come right out. Once you get your liner screws out, peel it back, and where that seam is, there'll be a screw back here you got to get out. That kind of connects the bumper to the car. So I was tugging on the bumper and I noticed this part was kind of hard to pull off. You have to actually pop this plastic thing out. It'll look like that, and then it's loose. So you can see I'm pulling on it. It's pretty tight. So you just got to pop that out with a screwdriver or a trim tool or something. And you got two outboard the exhaust, one there, one over there. So initially I didn't take these out because I thought maybe they were only holding the black GLI trim to the bumper, but there's some weird like retainer thing up in there. And let me set these down so you can see that screw is longer than the other, so don't mix it up when you go to put it back. And because of that little nub thing, when you go to remove it, you got to pull down and it pops off that little round part. So then what I did was I reached up in here, pulled and popped the clips, and you can keep going. If you're worried about breaking clips, you can pull your light and then manually release the clips here. So my video messed up, but basically you pop this out, take those two screws out, pivot the head or tail light out and pull it, disconnect the thing. Here's your clips. I guess it's not too dirty. You just push down on them while you pull the bumper, and then it should come off. Okay, a whole lot of pulling and prying, got it off. Behind this area there was like a really hard clip. I stuck a screwdriver down here and kind of get my fingers and pulled really hard. Then across here, lift the seal a little bit and kind of got my finger in there and yanked to go all the way across, which looks like there's that hard one right there, and then somewhere up here was the others. So there it is off. Hitch time, I'll put a link in the description. Flat plate with some holes. Looks like it matches up there, so we'll pull off the rebar, put that on, put that back on. Alright, pulling this off, got the bolts off, would not move. Had to like lift it and pry. There's like a little bit of glue or something. Disconnect the radar or whatever that is, and then pry here for that. It's not glue. There's a tab. You gotta pull up the bumper, which I just wiggled and pulled and wiggled and pulled and popped it off. So there's that. See the little... Other tip, when you're doing these top on each side, that freaking sealant crap I was talking about earlier, make sure it doesn't fall in the hole, because then the bolts don't go in. It's a lot of fun. Had to grab some picks and razor blades and stuff. Finally got them in. So it's kind of setting on there. See, no hitch. Let's see if we get to focus. There we go. I didn't follow the directions because this is GLI, so I didn't think it'd be in the same spot. So I'm going to try and Sharpie from the back side. I didn't really want to cut all this out because it's got all the plastic reinforcement bits there. See if I can cut out just a hole through it to fit through the middle. We'll see. I don't know. Here's the bit kit I used. Had all the bits and then some. Of course, my number 2 Phillips is always in my other drills. And then I've got the rubber mat, which is nice, doesn't slide. Put all your screws and bits you don't want to put back in there, and really nice organization. I'll put links for it in case you need something. Alright, it's on. You can see I'm off a little bit there, but I could always trim a little bit if I wasn't symmetrical, but I don't think anyone's gonna notice or I care. What I did was marker from the back side, drill a hole, jigsawed it. Then when I had it off, tried to refit it. Then I just drew from this side since I had a real good, just had to get that initial poke through there, if that makes sense. Everything went back together well, even with that plate being a little bit 1/4 inch thicker. I think it's all, you know, about the same. And of course, I only broke 2 clips on that black plastic filler. How you doing there? The other 2 seem to be holding it, but if not, I'm sure they're cheap. Yeah. So I hope it helps. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for the e-trailer version I used. I guess one fits a GLI, kind of, as you see. One does not. So, enjoy.